There is a certain kind of heaviness that settles in the chest, doesn't it? It's not always a sharp, immediate pain. Often, it's a dull, persistent ache, the cumulative weight of everything we have done, everything we have missed, and everything we carry forward. We carry these burdens like stones in our pockets, unaware of how much they weigh until we stop moving. Tonight, let us simply acknowledge that weight. Don't try to push it away or immediately solve it. Instead, just pause. Let your awareness settle onto the feeling of being heavy. Notice where you feel it in your body. Perhaps a tightness in the shoulders, a knot in the stomach, or a dull ache behind the eyes. Breathe into that sensation, giving it space to simply be felt, without attaching any immediate story or judgment to it. This is not a time for fighting the feeling. It is a time for gentle observation. This weight is real. It is the residue of yesterday's actions and expectations. It is the echo of choices made when we were younger, the disappointments that have hardened into memory, and the lingering sense of things left unsaid or undone. When we try to ignore this weight, it often compounds itself, becoming a dense fog that clouds our present moment. But when we acknowledge it, when we grant ourselves permission to feel the full extent of what we are carrying, something subtle begins to shift. Acknowledging the weight is the first step toward release. It is recognizing that you are not defined by the burdens you carry, but by your capacity to hold them and your ability to choose how you respond to them. We often treat regret as a moral failing, as something we must erase immediately. But when we look at it with compassion, regret becomes simply information, a map showing us where we have been, what we learned through experience, and the space that now exists for growth. Think of a river. The water flows constantly, carrying silt, obstacles, and memories along its course. We often try to dam the river, holding back the flow, trying to freeze the past in place. But the river cannot be stopped. It simply finds a new path. Our memories, our experiences, and the weight we carry are like the water. They are part of the journey, but they do not have to dictate where we stand now. The quiet rhythm of the night offers us a unique space for this acknowledgement. When the demands of the day fade away, when the external noise quiets down, there is a profound stillness that allows the weight to soften. It's in this deep quiet that we can stop resisting and simply allow the feeling to dissipate, like mist lifting from a valley. We do not need to fix yesterday right now. We just need to allow ourselves to rest within the reality of today. Let yourself be gentle with this heavy awareness. You are not defined by the weight you inherited. You are defined by the space you create in this moment, the space where you choose acceptance over resistance. As you settle deeper into this quiet, feel the stillness wrapping around you. Allow the evening to hold those memories gently, knowing that they are simply parts of a story, and tonight we allow ourselves to rest in the present moment, letting go of the need to carry the entire weight until morning. Trust the rhythm unfolding now, and let the deep peace of the night guide you into true rest. The weight we carry, whether it is the memory of yesterday or the shadow of a choice made, often settles in the deepest parts of our minds. When we allow ourselves to look closely at regret, we see that it is not merely sadness. It is a complex emotion woven from longing and resistance. It is the painful awareness that the path we took, or the words we left unsaid, did not align with the future we hoped for. Regret thrives in the space between what was and what we wish it had been. It is an internal dialogue, constantly replaying scenarios, a silent loop of what if and if only. This cycle traps us, pulling our energy away from the present moment and anchoring us firmly to a time that is already gone. We treat regret like a heavy stone we must carry forward, believing that confronting it or fixing it will somehow alleviate the pain. But this belief is often the very source of the suffering. The deeper truth is that regret is fundamentally a story we tell ourselves about fixed events. It is an illusion born from our desire for absolute control over a past that, by its very nature, is immutable. We wish we could rewind the clock and change the outcome, but the reality is that those moments are seeds planted in time. To fight this feeling is to engage in a futile struggle against reality itself. We must gently shift our perspective from dwelling on the past to understanding its role in the present. Imagine regret not as a burden to be carried, but as information, a signal from your past self about what you valued, what you learned, and where you might choose to direct your energy now. The pain of regret is real, yes, but it is also a powerful teacher, pointing us toward compassion for our former selves and wisdom for our present choices. The illusion of control is the engine that keeps this cycle spinning. We try desperately to exert power over events that have already unfolded. But true freedom does not come from changing yesterday. It comes from releasing the grip we hold on it today. When we stop trying to control the past, we free up the immense energy that was previously consumed by resistance and sorrow. So, what do we do with this heavy awareness? We practice acceptance. Acceptance is not resignation. It is simply recognizing the reality of the moment as it is, without judgment or the need for immediate correction. It means acknowledging the pain of the memory while allowing the present moment to remain open and peaceful. It is letting go of the need to be perfect in retrospect. Instead of carrying the weight of what was, we can gently turn our attention to what is. We acknowledge the experience without allowing it to define our entire existence. This shift allows us to step out of the painful loop of rumination and into the quiet, fertile ground of today. When you allow yourself to accept the reality of your past, the intensity of regret begins to soften. It transforms from a sharp, burning point of self-criticism into a gentle, distant echo, a memory that holds no power over your present peace. This is the space where true healing begins. In the quiet choice to release the need for perfect recollection and embrace the unfolding rhythm of now. As you settle deeper into the stillness, allow the weight of yesterday to simply rest. You do not need to solve it tonight. Tonight, we rest in the gentle truth that everything that has happened is part of the journey, and all that matters is the quiet peace we find right here, right now. Trust the unfolding rhythm of the night to carry you into a deep and restorative sleep. The weight of yesterday often feels like an anchor, doesn't it? It is that persistent ache we carry, the replay of moments we wish we could rewind, the sharp clarity of a choice made, or perhaps a failure that echoes loudly in the quiet corners of the evening. We naturally want to control it. We want to fix it. We try to exert some invisible force over what has already happened, believing that if we just manage our thoughts carefully enough, we can somehow negate the pain of regret. But when we look closely at this desire for control, we find a profound illusion. The past is fixed. It is a completed story written in moments that cannot be altered by present effort. Trying to grab hold of yesterday with all our might is like trying to hold water. It only exhausts us and leaves us feeling empty. We spend so much energy wrestling with what is gone, that we lose the precious resource of the present moment, the very space where peace resides. The illusion of control is perhaps the most subtle trap of the mind. We mistake our ability to influence future outcomes for a power over past events. This belief keeps us tethered to a narrative of should have, and if only, pulling us out of the gentle flow of now and into a cycle of painful rumination. True freedom does not come from mastering the past, but from recognizing that our power lies entirely in our response to this moment, in the space we occupy right here, right now. Imagine you are standing by a river. You can look back at where the water flowed yesterday, but you cannot change its course. To waste energy trying to force the water backward is futile and draining. Instead, notice the present. The cool air on your skin, the soft sounds around you, the quiet stillness of this moment. This is where reality resides. When we release the need to control the past, something remarkable happens. The regret does not vanish instantly, but its grip loosens. It transforms from a burning accusation directed at ourselves into a distant echo, a memory that holds no power over our present peace. We stop fighting the reality of what happened and allow it simply to be. This is not denial. It is acceptance. Acceptance is not resignation. It is recognizing the truth that we can only act in the now. This shift is an act of profound trust. It is trusting that the process of life unfolds as it must, and trusting that the energy we spend on dwelling in what is gone is better spent embracing the tranquility of what is. You do not need to solve every old problem tonight. Tonight, your only task is to allow yourself to rest in the gentle truth that everything that has happened is part of the journey, and all that truly matters is the quiet peace you find right here, right now. As you settle deeper into this stillness, let go of the burden of yesterday. Let it rest. Trust the unfolding rhythm of the night to carry you into a deep and restorative sleep. You are safe in this moment. You are held in this silence. Allow yourself to be still. We have settled into the recognition that accepting the past is not resignation, but a profound act of trust. We have acknowledged the weight of what was, allowing it to simply be, recognizing that our energy is better spent in the present moment. Now, let us move from the understanding of acceptance to the practice of practical release, how we actually allow this stillness to settle into our bones tonight. When we speak of practical release, we are not talking about erasing memory or ignoring experience. We are talking about letting go of the loop that keeps us tethered to it. Think of yesterday's events as clouds passing across the sky. They were real, they held water, and they shaped the landscape of our life. But they are no longer the weather we must constantly fight against. They are simply history, a story written. The weight we feel is often not caused by the past itself, but by the relentless mental effort we expend trying to control it. We spend precious energy replaying moments, searching for an outcome that cannot be changed, or assigning blame, which only creates more friction in our present peace. Practical release is realizing that the grip of regret is maintained only by our resistance. When we stop fighting the reality of what happened, the accusation loses its power to burn us up. We simply observe the memory without becoming entangled in its drama. This is where the quiet rhythm of the night becomes our anchor. The transition into sleep is a natural invitation for the mind to soften. As the world outside quiets down, so too does the internal clamor. Tonight, we invite that stillness to work with us. We stop trying to solve every old problem tonight. There is no demand for immediate resolution. Tonight, your only task is to allow yourself to rest in the gentle truth that you are safe. Trusting the night's rhythm means allowing your body and mind to surrender control. Imagine the darkness not as an empty void, but as a deep, enveloping silence, a space where old tensions can dissolve. Let the slow, steady pulse of the night become the metronome for your release. With every breath you take, allow the tension in your shoulders to soften. With every moment that passes, let go of the need to analyze or judge what has been. This is not passive waiting. It is active letting go. It is choosing to trust the unfolding process of life, trusting that whatever was necessary for yesterday has served its purpose and now rests gently in the past. Tonight, you are not burdened by obligation. You are not defined by mistakes. You are simply a being resting in deep, restorative quiet. As you settle deeper into the stillness, feel the weight of your body sink into the mattress. Notice the gentle ebb and flow of your breath. Let the rhythm of your inhale and exhale carry away any remaining mental noise. Allow yourself to be held by the deep, comforting silence of the night. This is your permission to stop striving. This is your invitation to rest in acceptance. You are safe here. You are held in this silence. Trust the unfolding rhythm of the night to guide you into a deep and restorative sleep. Let go of yesterday. Allow it to rest. Drift now wrapped in peace. When regret hits hard, it often feels like a heavy stone lodged deep in the chest, a relentless echo of what was or what might have been. We spend so much energy trying to wrestle with that feeling, trying to analyze the mistake, replaying the moment, searching for the perfect solution that simply doesn't exist. This struggle is exhausting, and it pulls us out of the present moment and into the painful cycle of the past. But there is a profound shift we can make. We are not defined by yesterday's actions or the weight of those missed opportunities. The story of regret is often less about the event itself and more about our attempt to control an uncontrollable reality. It is the illusion of control, the desperate need to rewind time and dictate how things should have been. The truth is, we cannot change what has already happened. Trying to do so only generates more pain. True peace begins when we stop fighting the past and allow ourselves to inhabit the present moment. Right here, right now. This release requires a surrender, a willingness to step off the treadmill of endless analysis. And this is where the quiet rhythm of the night steps in. The night is not just darkness. It is a space of deep, restorative stillness. It is a natural pause button pressed by the universe, a time when the frantic demands of the day dissolve, and our nervous system finally gets permission to slow down. This is the perfect environment for letting go. Imagine the rhythm of the night as a gentle, steady pulse. It is not demanding. It is simply present. When you lie in the quiet dark, your mind has an opportunity to stop its internal monologue. Instead of forcing thoughts out, we simply allow them to drift by, like clouds across a vast sky. You don't have to engage with the regret. You just notice it, acknowledge its presence, and then gently let it go. This is active letting go. It is not passive waiting for the feeling to disappear. It is choosing to trust the unfolding process of life, trusting that whatever was necessary for yesterday has served its purpose and now rests gently in the past. The night's rhythm gives you the space to release the grip of judgment and self-recrimination. As you settle deeper into the stillness, feel the weight of your body sink into the mattress. Notice the gentle ebb and flow of your breath. Let the rhythm of your inhale and exhale carry away any remaining mental noise. This is your permission to stop striving. You are not responsible for yesterday's outcomes. You are only responsible for how you choose to rest right now. Trust this quiet unfolding. Trust that as you rest, the heavy weight of regret softens. The night doesn't offer answers. It offers peace. It offers a deep, restorative quiet where the tension you carried all day finally releases. Let the rhythm of the night become your metronome for release. Allow yourself to be held by the deep, comforting silence of the night. You are safe here. You are held in this silence. Rest now, wrapped in peace. Drift now. As you settle deeper into this deep silence, allow that profound sense of peace to anchor you. We have spent time releasing the weight of yesterday, allowing the night's rhythm to soften the edges of regret. Now, as we transition from this deep stillness, let us gently turn our attention toward the unfolding moment, the quiet promise held in the space just before dawn. Grounding for tomorrow is not about forcing a grand plan or chasing a specific outcome. It is about finding a stable point, a place where you can stand, regardless of what the future might bring. Imagine yourself standing on solid earth, feeling the simple reality of this present moment. The past is a memory, and the future is potential. Right now, you exist in the powerful, quiet space between them. This is the true ground upon which all action must be built. Think of the night not as an ending, but as preparation. It is the deep breath before the sunrise, where the energies are gathered and refined. You have rested, allowing your mind to clear, and now you carry that clarity forward. Do not try to pack yesterday's anxieties into tomorrow's schedule. Instead, recognize that the lessons learned in the quiet of the night are already woven into the fabric of who you are right now. They are not burdens. They are wisdom. To move forward gently, we anchor ourselves not in what we lost, but in what we can choose to offer today. This is where practical grounding happens. Look at the next hour or even just the next few minutes. What is the simplest, kindest action you can take? Perhaps it is simply a slow, deliberate breath. Perhaps it is acknowledging one small thing that needs tending, not with harsh judgment, but with gentle curiosity. You are not striving for perfection. You are striving for presence. The power of grounding lies in recognizing that your current state, calm and receptive, is the most potent tool you possess. If tomorrow presents challenges, you will face them from a place of quiet resilience, not frantic resistance. You will have the space to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting blindly. Trust the subtle guidance that flows through you right now. It is soft, steady, and entirely sufficient. Let the rhythm of this profound stillness become your foundation for the hours ahead. When you wake, do not immediately rush toward obligation or expectation. Instead, greet the morning with the same gentle awareness you found in the dark. Notice the light, notice the air, notice the simple fact that you are here, present, and capable. Carry the peace of this night with you. It is a deep reservoir of calm, waiting patiently for you to draw upon it when the demands of the day arise. You do not need to carry the weight of yesterday into tomorrow. You only need to carry the quiet certainty of this moment. Trust that your path is unfolding naturally, step by gentle step. Rest in this grounded peace. Allow yourself to drift, knowing that you are prepared. You are safe in the present, and the future unfolds with ease. Sleep now, wrapped completely in this deep, restorative stillness.